Chuck brings that up. Where are we on a salt shed? Let's discuss that a little bit tonight. From my recollection here, I go to March 21st. In minutes we talked about a salt shed. Mr. Leonard, I believe you presented some literature from a company and some drawings and some price quotes from Weed Cover at $28,675 with footers 8 foot high. Then we asked if the wall could be made higher, and there was an additional $1,600 charge, which would take us up to right around $30,000. Can we move on this and make something happen with this?
Well, I'm saying not, because we don't know where we are financially. We don't know what EPA is going to hammer us with, and they are going to come down on us. We don't know that we have the funds available right now, to be quite honest, as far as I'm concerned. So I think we really should put it on the back burner for now, because there are other priorities, fuel tanks being the one. And we've got a firm price from him, but I did get a call from EPA, and they indicated there are some violations, and they're working on it. We will know something within the next so many weeks. That's all I can say about that. So my recommendation is, no, we don't know if we have the funds to mess with this, so why pursue it right now?
Well, we are a corporation, and most corporations, when they have a problem, that doesn't mean that they cease to do their job. They still do their job, and they still move on. And I'm sure that we do have the funds to do this job. As Mr. Finney indicated at our last thing, we have about $112,000 available to us. I think we should move. This has to be done before winter. This is July. I don't know how long this construction is going to take, but we would like to have this thing done in place and ready operating so that we can fill it up by the end of somewhere around November or so. So I really think we need to move ahead with this. So I'd ask you to maybe have this gentleman come to our next meeting so that we can discuss this with him and see about getting something moving on this.
Well, Mr. Finney, do you feel that the funds are possibly available? Or do you think
What kind of totals are you talking?
about $30,000?
I can't say for sure, but I think there is. I would tend to believe we could scrape together $30,000.
Let's just do it. If we get hit with these, I don't know where these fines are going to go.
We'll deal with them when they come, Joe. You're going to deal with them. You're going to sit here and they may never come.
Well, I don't see the major rush in getting this thing done. The other one, we've used it for years, yeah, it's a piece of crap, but if we have to use it for another winter, we'll use it. Right now, the priority is more the fuel tanks as opposed to that. The money from that over there should have been put in the fuel tanks instead of tearing that damn building down. We didn't have money for the fuel tanks for that, and it's history, of course, but that's the way it is. I don't think we should proceed because I don't know where we are financially, I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, it may not happen. If it doesn't, then we'll proceed ahead. But if it does happen, we may be up a deep creek here.
And we'll deal with that. But right now, we need salt. That's a priority. We need a salt shed. We have fuel set up, right? Our trucks are getting fuel right now, right? So that's not an issue. That can be handled. So you say prioritize. I'm looking at this as a priority. I think we have to have a salt shed. Now this proposal you made, Joe, was in March 21st of 13.
Right.
Had I not thought you were
at the time
serious,
I was serious about it.
Had I thought you were not serious about this, I probably wouldn't agree to tear that garage down. But now, since you said we were going to build a salt shed, you were behind it. I thought we were on our way with that. Now I'd like to pursue that, Joe.
Well, you can pursue it, but I'm not agreeing with it because we were pursuing it at that point in time before all this other crap happened. So. Again, we don't know where we're going to be financially. We're spending money that we don't know that we have, as far as I'm concerned.
We have the money to spend. We just told you.
That money could be allocated for lots of other things besides the salt part. There's fuel, there's aggregate, there's so on and so forth, maintenance, repair, and so on.
Not really. That money could be spent. That money can be spent on a salt shed. We know we need one.
Is that salt shed fall apart and fall down next week or something, Chuck?
I can't answer that question. I don't think so. might keep nailing it back to good.
Is it in pristine condition?
Of course it's not in pristine condition. It hasn't been for years. It's been beat the crap out of it with the backhoe and stuff. We know that.
That's why we need a new one. That's why you want to build a new one in March. And I agree with you. That's what needs to be done. Now let's move on. It needs to be done. You have to have salt in winter. Winter's coming. Don't you think?
For the barn, this one's still usable. If we need it, we don't have to spend money. I'm curious, yes, sir.
In that estimate, is there a time frame?
No.
Estimated time frame, so that you have an idea, do we have another month to try to find out or not? Can you ask?
I don't remember
Can you find out how long is the construction gonna take? If you say yes.
It was about a month or two at the max, what the gentleman said. Once it gets going, it goes pretty quick.
But we don't know what his time frame is. If he can't start on it till September, he works on it for 2 months, puts it into October.
Yeah, I agree with that. Can we just call them that?
Besides that, no matter when they do that, Joe, their concrete walls, they need to cure for 30 days anyway, so the sooner we get it up, the better chance we have of the concrete curing, and the guys will have a little more time to try to put some kind of sealer on it so we don't have salt problems down the road with it. I just really feel that we should move on this and make something happen here, instead of just sitting here waiting for some impending doom that may never come. And if it does, we'll deal with it when it comes. That's what people do in this world.
How are you going to deal with it?
Wait a minute, please. This is our meeting here. I wish Joe wouldn't have done that, I'm sorry. I wish he wouldn't have done that, but our meeting is here. And I apologize to you, sir, please, but our meeting is here, and I told you there would be time for comment from the audience at the end of the meeting, so let's please adhere to that, please.
Did we ever decide a location for this barn?
Yeah, right to the left of the one that was up there. Obviously, you didn't agree to that, but the board did.
Right to the left of the one that's up there?
Right to the left of the building that's there. You know where it's going to go.
Yeah, and I totally disagree because it's in the middle of everything.
That's right. You voiced your opinion. It's the reason there are 3 people on the board. I mean, come on, let's agree to disagree.
I'm disagreeing.
So you don't want to have anything to do with this anymore. You just want to drop this, right?
That's not what I said. You're
Okay.
putting words in my mouth. I
Okay.
said postpone it till we know where we are financially, period. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, and I'm saying we know we can afford to build this. Our fiscal officer just told us we can afford $30,000 for a salt shed. I'd like to see us move ahead with it. I'd like to see us at least talk to the gentleman and see what his time frame is. If he's just sitting around doing nothing, that's fine. If he's got 8 of these ahead of him and we're not going to get anybody up here until October, then we need to know that. We need to move on that. Could you ask this gentleman to attend our next meeting?
I can do that.
Okay, that would be fine.
Do you have an opinion over here?
Over here?
You have an opinion on
You.
this. You're on the board. You have an opinion.
Okay, you.